just offered to come to QPP negotiations right after this, actually. Yeah.
Punch in, punch in.
When you're ready. Well, thanks for joining us here today. My name is Rena Wong. I am the president of the United Food and Commercial Workers, Local 663, and our union represents the meatpacking workers at Hormel Foods and at Quality Pork Processors in Austin, Minnesota. Today, workers filed a class action lawsuit against Hormel for violating earned, sick, and safe time. And our union, UFCW 663, stands with any workers who want to fight for more. Workers, advocates, and legislators fought really hard to make earned, sick, and safe time the law in Minnesota, and now ESST is the statewide standard. So our members, UFCW 663 members, know what it means to fight for what they deserve and win. After all, it's workers here in Austin at Hormel who won the standard for wages in the meatpacking industry just recently. So our question really is, if quality pork processors can implement ESST correctly and they're right next door, why can't Hormel do the same? And I am here to next introduce to you our Senator, Majority Leader Erin Murphy.
Good morning. My name is Erin Murphy, and I am the proud Senate Majority Leader. I'm here today because we have some good news and some bad news. The bad news is that a major employer is refusing to honor the workplace safety rights that 2,000 hard-working Minnesotans deserve and expect under the law. The good news is that those 2,000 workers aren't giving up without a fight, and they will have their day in court. I'm rooting for them, as are the people of Minnesota, those who work for a living and expect access to health care and rely on it. We are rightfully proud in Minnesota of Minnesota's role in the national food supply chain. The workers, whether food processors, farmers, and people who work in grocery stores, are the backbone of that industry and the backbone of our food supply chain. It's obvious to me as a registered nurse, and it should be obvious to everybody around us, that we don't want workers coming to work sick. That is the root of what could be a nationwide public health risk, and I don't want to have to think about the sandwich that I'm going to eat as I consider the health and safety that I face. I want workers who work in our food safety industry to come to work healthy to do their jobs. I applaud UFCW for standing up for this most basic human right, and I am with them. We created one of the strongest earned, sick, and safe time laws in the country, and I want to give proper thanks to Senator Sandy Pappas and Senator Jen McEwen, who led that fight for us back in 2023. With the support of workers across the state, we defended that law in 2024 and in 2025, and we were able to defeat attempts to weaken the law, and if we face that, we will do so again. It is important that workers across the state understand that they have the ability to stay home when they're sick or unsafe. It should be and is a human right. It should be and is now in Minnesota a worker's right, and we're going to continue to fight, and we know together, working people, that when we fight, we win. I am proud to be on the side of workers in this fight. I come from a working class family and know both the value of hard work and the power of standing together, and I look forward to the day when this issue is resolved, when workers' rights are upheld, and the safety of the workforce is envisioned as we intended it to be here in the state of Minnesota. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dan Linway. I work at Hormel Foods, and I've been there for just under 30 years. When ESS became law, employees at Hormel finally got a way to get paid when we got sick. Before the law came on, when an employee got sick and called in, we would actually get disciplined. ESST matters to us. It gives us the time to care for ourselves and our families when we need it the most. It means we don't have to risk our jobs or our wages just to take care of our health or our families. Everyone deserves the right to rest and recover without fear. ESST is dignity at the workplace.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming. My name is Tim Larice, and I represent the plaintiffs in the lawsuit. Just wanted to make some comments here. Since January of 2024, Minnesota's ESST law has required all employers doing business in Minnesota to provide their employees with minimum amounts of paid sick leave. And Hormel Foods is no exception. The paid sick leave benefits now required by law were a significant gain for Hormel Foods production, maintenance, and quality control employees, because like many other employees throughout the state, before the ESST law, they did not have any right to paid sick leave. And as Dan Lenway mentioned, before the law, before the ESST law, they could be disciplined or even fired for missing work due to illness. And some did lose their jobs. But when the ESST law took effect in 2024, Hormel Foods refused to provide most of its production, maintenance, and quality control employees with any additional benefits. Instead, Hormel told those employees that if they missed work due to illness or injury, the only way they could receive pay would be to give up a day of paid vacation. UFCW Local 663 challenged that rule as a violation of its labor contract, and a few months ago, a labor arbitrator ruled that Hormel could not require its employees to use their paid vacation for its own ESST compliance. And since March 1st of this year, Hormel has been providing employees with the ESST benefits required by law. Even though they're now following the law, and even after several demands, Hormel Foods continues to refuse to provide employees with the ESST benefits that they earned during 14 months prior to March 1st. And so as of this morning, workers at Hormel's facility here in Austin have filed a class action lawsuit demanding that Hormel Foods provide them with the benefits that they earned but did not receive in 2024 and 2025. We believe the lawsuit will affect hundreds of current and former Hormel employees, and we look forward to presenting our case in court. Thank you.
If there are any questions, we are available to answer.
So what are you seeking through the lawsuit? Because the company's now in compliance, so you're seeking obviously some back compensation. Is that what you're seeking?
So the lawsuit demands ESST benefits that were earned but unpaid, that were not given to workers during 2024 and the first 2 months of 2025.
So can you put a dollar figure on that? Is there a dollar figure? Well, I guess I'm confused. How do you provide a benefit that's for the past?
The value of the benefits will be determined.
Okay.
Is it like, are they accruing a certain amount of sick time during the period that wasn't covered? Is that sort of what we're trying to make up for?
The law requires that Hormel Foods have provided all employees with 1 hour of paid sick leave for every 30 hours that they worked. During 2024 and January and February of 2025, that's what we are alleging was unpaid.
You don't have any dollar estimate of how much?
Not at this time.
But it would be about 2,000 workers would be owed back compensation if you were to prevail?
Approximately.
And how many workers are you representing in this lawsuit? You mentioned there are past and present employees involved.
There are currently 4 plaintiffs. The lawsuit is a class action. If the class were to be certified, it would represent those hundreds up to 2,000 employees.
And then just to be clear, because I haven't seen the complaint yet, but so workers already had vacation time, but then after the ESST law passed, the expectation was they would have an additional 6 days a year for full-time workers just for sick leave, and that was not provided?
That's right. That's what the law requires.
And you mentioned there had previously been labor negotiations over this point. what was sort of the determining factor to escalating this to a legal matter?
The fact that Hormel Foods has refused to provide the benefits that the law requires. Like I said, there have been many demands made, Hormel's refused to provide the benefits.
Are you aware of any other examples in the state on maybe the scale of Hormel's or close to it that has done the same thing?
I'm not aware of any.
Okay, so really no precedent at this point in
As
time?
far as I'm aware, none.
Okay.
This is the first lawsuit of its kind.
And given that, do you think this could result in, I mean, if Hormel defends this all the way that they can, would that result in, constitutional look at this law? I mean, is there any concern about that?
I'm not inclined to speculate about that at this time.
Maybe the majority leader could pipe in on that?
I'm not gonna speculate on that as well, but we're very proud that we put this law in place to protect workers.
Could you spell your last name?
Sure. It's Louris.
We have time for one more question, if there's any others.
Just to be clear, and you're not in contract negotiations with Hormel Multi for like a couple years, is that right?
Correct, we are not in negotiations with Hormel right now.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Actually,